Hello YouTube, thanks for joining. Your messages go as follow. I see here that the power of the black magic that was attempted to be placed on those chosen has no power. The binding spells that were equipped not just for some but for us has been broken. And this is for the well-balanced individuals. There will be two groups here. There will be a high vibrational group and a low vibrational group. So that's who I'll be speaking to today. You know who you are. Kashmir Love, thanks for joining. Hello Robert, thanks for joining. The binding spell that was on us all, and you know what I mean when I say us and all, it has now been broken for good, for the good. One or two things happened. Number one, you surrender to the change. Number two, that same violence that the kingdom suffered was taken by force, okay? And for some, this meant if you didn't want to go to the death, through the death and transformation of the change, for some, their time is up here. And it's not something I take pride in sharing, but I must share the truth. My condolences. Get balanced or be balanced. If you're interfering with free will and choice of others, or attempting to block kingdom business, you already know what it is. Download at 11:56. This lets me know that a lot of you that are on this frequency of the highest vibration possible for you, you went from the physical to the spiritual. You found a perfect balance. And you will continue to exercise your spiritual muscles and stay in balance. The number 11, this gives you 2. This is you being balanced within yourself, being your own twin. This is outside of you with the 5 and the 6 that brought the change for humanity in order for your twin to catch up to you if there is another part of your soul that is here on this earth. If not, this will be one of your spirit guides working with you or attempting to assist you from the spiritual realm. Okay? As far as the binding spells and the individuals involved, they're just sorry that they got caught. For someone, there's a coworker of a Sagittarius, a Virgo could be involved. There's new love involved. Nothing around me works anymore. This is fake love. Someone is realizing that there's a Taurus involved also, that there's some fake love involved, and you're learning to love yourself. Therefore, you've closed out cycles that needed to close out. You've removed people, places, and things that no longer serve your purpose as far as your destiny, where you're going. You're feeling torn about some of these things. But that's okay, because that's part of growth. Growth is not easy all the time. Change is definitely never easy. So it's, growing pains that you're feeling, and it's up to you to keep going or be stuck, stay still, or go back. These, for some, these are your choices. For others, you have no choice but to move forward because you are a part of a bigger plan, something bigger than just yourself. You're finding that people, even though you're sitting at a vibration where you can't be reached, you can still see. So this allows you to see through people, you know. And these same people are watching you go from rags to riches. And this Taurus keeps showing up. Someone doesn't trust them. And for those who are dealing with trust issues, this allows you to know that there is more self-love that is needed, especially if there are people coming to you from a higher perspective of your own. You can miss it. They're trying to show you a new reflection. And you, for those in this low vibration, you'd rather stay where you are because this is something that you know. You feel like you can trust it, but you actually can't. It's actually designed to keep you there. You refuse to let go of this, victim mentality. You'd rather tell people, well, I just don't want to bother you with my problems. Yet they're mirroring you the change that you've been waiting for such a long time. Divine intervention is taking place. The divine, he's moving these people, places, or things out of the way. Anybody that wants to hide their true feelings and play these type of games when you didn't sign up for checkers or chess or Monopoly, they need your help for real now. They know and understand. This is the one thing they understand. They know that you have the keys to the spiritual streets and they need your assistance. Now they're ready to focus on their healing. This Taurus keeps showing up. They understand that you got that pressure, but that pressure brings change. Somebody's hiding a family, could be a Capricorn involved. They understand the storm is coming because now everything's out in the open. They know that for the chosen ones that these people decided they wanted to play with, toy with, slow down, laugh at, they didn't realize that these people were not only called but chosen. They have their own spirit guides and teams. They have their own hellhounds. They are not to be played with. Now somebody wants you. They want you to want them too. But you want what's best for everybody involved, even if that means being without this person. You took this to spiritual court. I saw the number 5 earlier. So this contract has been released. There's someone here, the divorce is final. Someone shared something very personal with someone that they used to be with. They could have been married to, they were married to this person. And this person was honest enough to share their truth with their mate because they felt like this was the only person deserving to know the truth. And they told this truth out of spite. This is a very wealthy individual, and it was a secret that came out that the other person wanted to hurt your career, your friend circle, the people at the church, at the lodge, And all I have to say about that is, if the ones that she or he told these things to were truly your friends, truly your friends, that they would, they would, if not understand, they would understand that this is your personal business, why this person was doing it and sharing it now, and why they were so bitter about it. They have their own issues going on. For some of this, your friends are mirroring you, and they hold this same secret. They just needed more time to kind of get their thoughts together in order to share this with the people that they love. But now, everybody knows. Everybody knows about this secret. Now, for those that gave the apologies to the people that they love, and told that the ex-mate about this secret, you owe no one else any apologies. And so if you were lying to others and not telling them your truth, and it caused major problems for people. Now, if you did this from a high vibration, the apologies will be accepted in the spirit in which they were given. That's just how that works. But if you did this out of spite and you had no plans on telling people the truth, well, that's low vibrational. That's not a positive energy. Either way, this contract is being closed out, but that does not mean the karma that comes with it is closed out with it. Alright? For those who made the choice to do the right thing, you're being asked to trust your help, trust the Holy Spirit, trust your spirit guides, trust your intuition, your higher self. If you're at this high frequency, then you are connected to your higher self. You even understand the purpose and why you had to go through these things. You get it. And those that love you, they get it too. Because see, in order to really truly tell a person, hey, I get it, I understand what you're going through, I understand what you're going through, it's because you've had to go through that or something quite similar to it. These are people that are in your friend group. They could have once, used to lie to help you get out the house, and they're coming to the realization that that wasn't really helping you or them, because sometimes all of you got in trouble. Anyway, someone here on a high vibration, on another note, they're in their positive energy and they're wanting to gain trust from another, and they understand, they understand, they overstand that they were careless with you. They provoked you. They weren't ready for the truth that you held. They couldn't handle all the positive energy because they weren't used to it. But they came to the realization that the same God that loves you loves them. So now they're no longer attempting to push people away. They're seeing the signs and synchronicities of the changes that they're making. They're seeing how small things are, really changing, and those small things are becoming big things. They're working on more self-love, not being distracted by those that don't love themselves. They understand that when divine intervention takes place, that there's nothing to do but stay out of the way and surrender to the changes. In the near future, unresolved things will be resolved. There's an unresolved contract for a few of you, and you need to go back and close this out, or live it out. But whatever it is, however it comes, it will be with no sadness. There is love here. For those that are building a personal relationship with the Most High, with your higher self in the near future, as I said, this standstill that you've been on, it's kind of hard when you have to make that slow walk back to the Most High and try to start building that relationship up again, because we usually go when something has went wrong, and you're learning to go when things are right, all right, really right, and not right. This helps you to be able to open that door and walk through it with no shame or guilt, and talk to Him like I'm talking with you, and wait for the answers, because you know He loves you. You love Him, and this is unconditional love. This is like going back home. This is that quiet, still place that you can always go to, that place of peace that surpasses everything that you thought you knew and understood. That place. This is the true meaning of your pride. This is true abundance. This is truly being alive when you know who you are. When everybody that comes across you wants to give you hugs and kisses, it's just something about you. And for those who wanted to keep you quiet, wanted to hush you up, wanted to silence you, had no consideration for truth. You see, it wasn't you that they were attempting to defeat. It was the Most High. And now that they've come to this knowing, it's just something they're having to deal with. It's just like dying a death. When they truly realize what they've actually been doing. You see, sometimes you have people that don't even know you that speak up for you, that speak for you, that are willing to fight in your behalf so that you won't have to. This frees you up to do what you've actually been called to do anyway. We don't always understand the plans of the divine, but when you are focused and in tune, you know what you're supposed to be doing. And you know if you're in a season of manifestation or growth, learning or teaching. You're using your divinely God-given power, intellect from the Almighty properly. You understand that there's order to everything. Everything. You now understand that there's there's always an audience. There's always a test. Always. And right now, it's to see just how teachable those that are sitting at a high frequency are, and how well you follow guidance. It's also there to see how well you live out loud, because this is what we've been asked to do. Being your own authentic self, remembering those people who called you fake because of their own insecurities. You understand that you understand it so well that you sit on top of an understanding that all good gifts come from above. The shoulders. Yeah, you know this. Multi-dimensional beings, multi-dimensional man, and I say man because for some of us, we know who we were before. Now, you may sit in a certain energy, but in the start, if you are chosen, it started with MAN. MAN gave what was needed to the receiver. Now we're talking about two parts of oneself. Not anything outside of you. Because the other part of your soul, it could be split in 2, 3, but that's another message. Is always with you. The other part of you is always with you. There's never, it may be a physical disconnect, but there's never an intimate, there's always a soul connection there. You're going to always be a part of oneself unless you have freely given this part of you away. You won't be able to recognize this because there's still missing pieces and fragments of yourself in other places. That's why it's good to, disconnect and take time after relationships to disconnect from certain soul ties that no longer serve you, especially when you've learned the lesson and you're gaining the blessing. And part of that blessing is the knowing that you not only disconnected physically, but spiritually, mentally, emotionally. Because these are not things you want to bring into the next era of your life. $12.21. 12 gives us 3. 21 gives us 3. This is equally yoked. This is balanced energy. This is a balanced energy that can handle God, Goddess, and energy. It's on the same card. It's master healer. This is a master number. This is where you've mastered certain things in your own art, whatever it is, because it's going to be different for everyone. This 3 and 3 gives us 6. This means this is a victory for the home team, because when this is happening, this is a reflection of the all through the us. So this is a positive thing. And if we can continue to manifest in this energy, well, the proof is in the pudding. Because this is the reflection of the test. This shows the results of any test that you're ever taken and ever will take. The results will be out loud. It will be a reflection of not necessarily your finances, but for some, yes, especially if you're in a low vibration. But it is first with your soul, because you understand that it's something after this, and it's important. that people know this truth for themselves. Okay? Now, from a low vibration, I see here someone's karmic twin has come, and karmic soulmate come in to teach them a lesson. They came in to see if you actually knew who you were. It was a test again. You never know how they're going to come. So the test was to see and prove you now know who you are. Now that they know. Someone's missing you. They want to clean it up. They want to get rid of something. They want to, fix it. They're looking at your pictures and, little notes and letters you wrote. They understand now. And I say they understand because the pressure of this is on top of them. So they understand that this was bad business playing with you. They never should have done this. This is in plain sight. Their vibration is better. They're working on themselves, so they're able to actually see this truth and not get confused, excuse me, by the enemy. And the enemy being low vibrational playmates. They're learning that when they sometimes lay down with people of a low vibration, they get up with that same low vibrational energy. So this is the energy that is intertwining with your energy and all the energies they've ever experienced. And they're all having a party within you. You're learning that this is not what's up. You're learning that this is why you're so confused. You don't know what. Do you ask from a hole in the ground? Excuse me. Yeah, sorry. You don't know what's going on. So you're seeing a pattern. So by you noticing this pattern, even if it took you years, some of it took you months, others it just took you days to see, oh no, this, no baby, no, this is what we're not doing. So you cut it off, you cleaned it up, and you have a desire to do this. And when you have that desire, the help is there to assist you. But when you don't have the desire, when you want to bounce up and down and play in this energy, well, you're left to do just that. That's how it works. You're left to do just that. So when you wonder why certain people are not around or coming around or been isolated, the divine has cut this smooth away, because you can't go where they're going, because you're not willing to do what they've done in order to gain these type of blessings. So it is what it is. You are where you are, but don't be upset because someone else had the desire and is doing the work. Because I can tell you right now, boo-boo, it will never pay off the way you think. It won't. You can try to put dirt on their name. You can try to distract them. Every time you go out of your way to cause conflict where there is free will and choice, you will be dealt with. That is a promise. Especially when you know better. I don't care who it is. Just because you missed the mark and now, oh, I'm just a pretty face. I don't want to learn that. I like it where you are. But like being with people that are just like you. Don't expect people that have done the work, that are of a higher intelligence, to sit and entertain you. That's about to change. All you little selfish third parties and the people that come to the party with no self-love, so that means they'll do anything. That's That's who your guests are. But for everyone else, you're good with partying by yourself. And even when you're by yourself, you know you're not by yourself, because on the 5D, we're not going for any of that bullcorn. It's a hell no. We stay in bliss. We are bliss. So from nowhere you sit, low vibration, you can't see us, but we see you. So that fake loyalty, we see through. We too busy to bounce with you. You ain't got no time for that foolishness. Besides, our ancestors have told us to get back and be cool. And the divine has said, sit down, I want to show you something. We have work to do. See the working table? We have work to do. Downloads coming in. Been surrounded with new friends of like minds. These are not things you have to fear or worry about. All those things that used to trouble you are no longer factors. You trust the divine to take care of everything that you love, and you mind your business. And that's how that works. As far as you living out loud, as far as your work, you're seeing through the facade, not just of everyday life, but of the world. You see where individuals' passions really lie. You're seeing through the facade of everything. And the way you came to this is by learning your own self-worth without money, without fame, without knowledge of anything outside of you. And it came to you in plain sight. But it took some type of situation in order to cut that light on in your temple. And for you to really sit back and understand that this was really a spiritual battle the whole time. You're seeing the Most High check everything, and I mean one issue at a time is being checked openly, where it was done silently in the dark. It's being checked. The lights are coming on. It's coming to the surface, whether people like it or not. It's happening. It's happening. No, you know, as far as those, whew, it's happening, y'all. When you learn to spend time with yourself, when you're okay with doing that, you come to a place of really knowing that self-love is the best love, because until I love me, I really don't know how to love anyone else. So you know how to pick and choose people, places, and things much better. Yep, you're seeing through every illusion painted for you, for the people in the United States. You're understanding the true meaning of superhuman, the highs and the lows of all of this. You're learning that it had to be presented to you in order for you to recognize it later on, in order for you to have a choice. It's all about choice and decisions, free will and choice. They put it in front of you, but it's up to you what you do with it. If you choose your destiny Or if you choose vanity, it's good to have a choice. What did you choose? And know this, even when you make no choice, you've made a choice. You've made a choice. Because your actions, it's all in the actions. And for those who are doing these, making these changes through a shed-in, through some type of isolation, through hermit mode, do not feel guilty and do not allow others to make you feel guilty for taking this time for yourself. You're still living out loud. You're just taking some time for you. You're changing your perspective about some things. You're learning what your true destiny brings. And you're learning what true authenticity brings. You're learning that changing anything is not good when you're not changed within. But when you can make the outside and the inside changes simultaneously, that's really building a bridge. And when you're doing this in secret with the divine, with your spiritual team, you come to a knowing of, it's not just more self-love that's needed, it's me loving every part of who I am, why I am, and loving the results of this at the same time. Not expecting anything from anyone but you, your higher self. Dealing with your own insecurities. No matter how many times you have to go back and look at an issue, a situation. Every time you come to a clear knowing that you are a supernatural born being. When you get to the point where you can listen and admit, apologize, learn the lesson, gain the blessing, say lesson learned, move on, or stay, it's your choice. And it's okay. This is when you no longer care about what people think. This when you truly start worrying about anything outside of you. This is when you've come to a place of trust. And this is when you can truly hear from the divine. And this is the goal. I don't care what you do, how you do it, where you work, how long or hours you work. This is going to get you to the other side in peace. And when you don't have those things to worry about, you can be on this side in joy and peace. Staying balanced and being that example for those that you love and those that you come in contact with and those that love you. If you are an influencer, you're being watched more than the people watching you. I need you to know that today. Whether it be in your church, in your community, in your complex, in your home, downtown, all around. I don't care where it's at. You could be at the club and be an influence. It's all up to you what type of influence. If you don't release, if you are truly chosen and you know there's something that you need to be doing and only you can do it, and you're still living in this vain life, you're not paying attention, you know what you're supposed to be doing. You better release this nonchalant attitude. You better stop. Because things could change at a drop of a dime, at the blink of an eye. No one's asking you to be perfect. But everything that the divine, most high, almighty made, which is that higher self, It's perfect. Let them say what they want to say. They gonna talk anyway. You learn this in the book. Messengers. You learn this in the book. Persevere. Know where your faith truly lies. Be enlightened by the wisdom that you hold, not somebody else. Don't compare it. See, I'm not. Compare yourself to someone else, especially when you clearly have more than them. This is an insecurity that needs to be dealt with right away, because it could get you in a whole lot of trouble. It can cause you to go back into a victim mentality when you know that is clearly an illusion. And when you do this, it will mess with your money. Then you'll really be bitter about some things. Get clear on what's real and what's not. Get clear on what's important and what's not. And evaluate these things every day, so that you'll be clear and mindful of every decision that you make. Please and thank you, honey, while you're living out loud. And for those out here playing, trying to put people in scarcity, just know the ancestors already in the house. They ain't knocking at the door. Because they know what these people have manifested. They know. They know that this was a design to keep people stuck and make them think that the joy that was promised, that the joy that they walk in is not so. So we're doing something about that. Celestial alignment is taking place. Keep loving fearlessly. Betrayal is a thing of the past if you are aligned. When you feel disrespected, speak up. Say something. Don't just mask how you truly feel. Say something. And the more you speak up for you, the more you're able to speak up for others. And everybody can feel safe around this. Okay. Remember seasons.
You're my baby, my lover, my lady. All night you make me want you. It drives me crazy. I feel like you were made just for me, babe. Tell me if you.
I have to say this. There are many seasons, guys. And in these seasons, you have to change your mask in order to reach the multitude. That's why you have different gifts. The requirement of these masks, the requirement of these energies that you are being gifted with, these supernatural abilities, are not for you. They're for you to assist others. If they're worn and reflected at the highest frequency for you, at your highest vibration, this is good. This is what the divine means by perfect. Every good and perfect gift comes from above. And this is James one at 17. You know who was the first? And then you have 17. You've gone through spiritual growth, but whichever avenue you took as an individual, it still got you to the road of the Most High, the one that created the universe. It is the universe. It is the spirit guides. It is the angels. It is the ancestors that we speak for. This is the purpose of many masks. But where there is many, there is all. And in that all, there is one. Who are you? I'm the messenger. Thanks for joining. Until next time.